A large police presence, including the SWAT team, were at a homeless encampment in Bangor this morning while a couple was being arrested on multiple drug charges.
Bangor Public Information Officer Jason McCamley says Amy and David Carver were arrested for outstanding warrants. Most of them were drug felonies. He says this investigation has been in place for weeks, which led their special response team to the encampment off of Cleveland Street near the Hope House and a college campus.
The SWAT team was called in because they were also concerned about weapons. McCamley says they're doing everything they can to ensure that the encampment is free from drug dealers, but they're also concerned about the school year being right around the corner. They want to mitigate any potential risks as college students return to the UMA Bangor campus.
We have to cross the T's and dot the I's, and reports of firearms being available the last couple times we've been up here, which is why we've used the SWAT team in our armored vehicles, and you see the officers in their armored up outfits and high-powered weapons and things like that. And we want to make sure that everybody's safe, and typically people will comply when we come up like that, as happened here. We have multiple people in custody. We're doing another warrant. The evidence team is up there picking up the pieces right now, literally and figuratively, and there will be a lot more to this a little bit later today.
Maine Drug Enforcement Agency is assisting in the investigation, and they have another search warrant for a camper in that facility.
We will update you as we learn more information.